Solka, Ivy Masters Learning Center and ivymasters.com. Today we're going to look at Test 1, Section 4, number 28, which reads, if the system of inequalities y is greater than or equal to 2x plus 1 and y is greater than 1/2 x minus 1 is graphed in the xy plane above, which quadrant contains no solutions to the system? Okay. If you got this wrong, the most important thing is that you probably missed is that it says that no solutions to the system. So if it has a solution to one of the equations but not the other one, that's still not a solution to the system. It's got to be a solution to the system. So we look at, you can see the answer choices there. You have quadrant 2, 3, 4, and there are no solutions in all 4 quadrants. So what we want to do is we want to just make a quick graph of what's going on here. First, y is greater than or equal to 2x plus 1. Whenever you're graphing the equation of a line, it makes sense to plot the y-intercept first and then graph it. So the y-intercept for this first inequality, the y-intercept is 1, so it's right about there. Okay, and then the slope is 2. So if I mark this out, let's see, it goes like that, and then let's say it's going up like that. So if you rise from there 2 and run 1, make a spot. Remember, slope is rise over run. And then a rough graph would be like this. Okay. Now it's y is greater than. So whenever you see y greater than, then when you look at the y-intercept, you've got to shade above it. And what I like to do is make lines that are perpendicular with the line itself. So you could also distinguish between the line that the 2 different lines that you're graphing. The other thing is or equal to. Or equal to tells you that it's a solid line. If it were just greater than, then it'd be a dotted line. This is not super prevalent on SATs, dotted versus solid lines on inequalities. The other one has a y-intercept of -1, so I'm going to make that little crosshair right there. That's about -1. This one has a slope of 1/2. Remember, it's rise over run, so you rise 1, and you're always running to the right. You run 2, rise 1, run 2, and then that's going to be a dotted line. So that's going to look a little something like this. And that's kind of it's not a great dotted line, but that's what it is. And if I were to shade that, again, if I draw lines that are perpendicular for my shading. So the question is, which contains no solutions to the system? So as you can see, quadrant 4 has a solution to one of the lines, but not both of the lines. So quadrant 4 has no solutions to the system. If we look at quadrant 3, this part of quadrant 3 has solutions to the system. In other words, you have shading for both graphs. Quadrant 1, this part has solutions to the system. So both lines are shaded there. And then quadrant 2, you can see is this big area right here that has solutions to the system. So the only one that has no solutions to the system, to both lines, is going to be quadrant 4. Thank you for joining us today. If you like this video, click like, share it with someone who has trouble with graphing or inequalities, graphing inequalities. Systems to equations is a little bit different than usually you're solving them algebraically, but on a graph. If there's any question from any official SAT or ACT or PSAT that you'd like to see a solution for, leave it in the comments. I'd be happy to shoot a video on it. And click subscribe so you don't miss anything. Have a great day, everybody.